Oh my people, such a breakthrough, so wonderful. And of course, the gods are really just, answering all the questions that I've asked. This is like, I had to sit and really have a laugh. Just laugh to myself. And I'm glad there's no one else around. And it wouldn't have mattered. I'd still laugh. Um, So, I haven't really gone into reading the whole thing about Revelation, but what I do know is that when something is being revealed, it means that it was shielded, it was covered, and it also contains that which you were seeking. It also contains. So, for instance, you would need to have a representation of what you are looking for to recognize what is being revealed. Oh my. I'm just going to talk this out first before I put my pen and board together. Um, yes, okay, gods, just help me to contain myself and this information in a succinct way. So my last presentation, and if you have watched it or if you will watch it, is that I was doing a presentation, of course, and I remember feeling so excited that I thought, I felt that I would get a breakthrough. I just felt that I would get a breakthrough because the numbers 369 had been talking to me from, it's over a year. In fact, it's over a year and a half, roughly. And I felt that there is no greater gift that we have been given than our intuition. No matter what is written, no matter what, of course, not to discredit what is written in any way, but in what is written tells us that the answers that we seek, the answer is within. So, for instance, what I have just discovered in Revelation, for example, is that there are words on a page, but there is a spirit that processes the information to let me know whether it's validated or not, whether it's beneficial or not, whether I've understood it or not. There is a high intelligence within us that knows everything. And of course, that everything, remember I've been going on about the word, everything has in it Mother Eve, E-V-E. Forever has E-V-E. Forever has E-V-E. Whenever has EVE. 7 has EVE. 11 has EVE. These are key to unlocking the intelligence that awaits us. We have been taught to pivot our attention to the outside, to society. They're going to give us the answers that we seek, because of course, why not? They were the ones who told us that Mother Eve is really bad. She was the bad mother who is the cause of man's fall, and of course we all have sinned. And I resented this for as long as I can remember hearing this teaching, and I was thinking this story never really added up. It doesn't add up. Now, I'm in church listening to this, because Mother Eve, she was evil, of course, evil, bad, and so she's the fall of man. How could I, as a woman, of course, and then they tell you, of course, because we are the parents of Adam and Eve, we are the children of Adam and Eve. But however, in this parental role that of Mother Eve, of mother and father, we are now left to with the decision to accept one, even covertly, accept one over the other, which of course Adam has the masculine frame or figure, and of course that coincides with our understanding of God. He that we often hear about, he, we forget that he is a derivative, or I don't go into all the linguistic or derivative in that sense of how the language really came about, but it's that which impacted on me that I am talking about. So I know for sure that, there's the word S in sure, that the word he is a derivative of the word she or her, or well, I've done presentations on that, and it's like it goes on. And so we have that he, so he is also in her. But we are not taught this. Okay, then on health or biological information, we may hear about, well, you know, we all have both male, female, sex and attributes, whatever it is. And so we need, this is the thing that will help us identify with the opposite sex. Of course, we hear about the word opposite quite often. So in short, we have been left to hate whatever it is that the word hate, what we make of it, because everything is really a facade in the end, which is why I was laughing today. And so we have been programmed, or we had been, I really want to just hold my place here because I am conscious of how I am wording this. For some of us, we are really deprogramming ourselves. Of course, even to deprogram, the word program still exists, but we are merging, we are transforming. So we were conditioned to not have any regard or respect or honor for where the womb that we came from. The womb, the word womb actually I think equals 9 or 6, and any of these is really one and the same, because 9 is really 6 upside down, and that goes in the word itself. So we really had not been taught how to honor the womb, which is a representation of creation in itself. So when we hear about the void, of course, and this, in the beginning there was God created the heavens and the earth, and the earth was without void, there's something unvoid. Okay, but the word void in itself tells you that existed somewhere. Everything in somewhere. So basically, to say that there was no bread does not necessarily mean that there was no flour, no baking soda, no oven, no temperature to really heat that bread and make it rise. So basically these are so fundamental for us to, or excuse me, for us to really pay attention to. What I am discovering, that breakthrough that I'm discovering. So I was really doing this presentation, and I caught myself. So if you watch it, you will see when I said, oh, the 666, because we are looking at, I'm trying to do this without really showing you, but I probably still have to, because I'm going to need to do presentations, bite sizes as much as possible to cover these points that I am saying. And so we had the 666 that we saw very clear showing in the template or the sacrifice, 3 6s, and we had, it's also in the, it's in the crucifixion. In the crucifixion as well has 3 6s, 1 2 3. And we have in the template of the sacrifice, of course, going by the letters, the 26 letters, which equals 8, which is infinity, that we have been given as our instrument, a wonderful instrument. We also have 3 6s there. So while I was doing this presentation, of course, and I'm thinking of going over it, this is not new, but I'm going, 666, like, they've talked about with the mark of the beast. And I'm really like, well, what am I going to make of this now, these 3 6s here? And I thought, okay, but 6, we are talking numerology, and that's what numerology gives us, that gift to see how things are being transformed, how they are shaped, because that is the state of the world that we live in. It is of contours, shapes, and sizes, and so on, and opposites, and polarities. So, if we have 6, of course, what is that telling us? So, I know that the numerical value for the word 6 is 7. So, what I wasn't sure about is whether the numbers like 666 was really showing as appearing, whether they were really like that in the scriptures, whether it was stated in the symbol or the word form. Of course, Mother Eve is more about the word. She's everything but the word, because in the beginning, this is what John discovered, and he said, in the beginning was the word, and the word was God, and the word was with God, and so on, because they have certain vibrations. And of course, the symbol, when we say 6, also have a vibration, but we can see that it's a symbol that probably looks like a child, a 6, the letter 6, or a sperm, which really tells us that it is the embodiment of all that which we are. So it's nothing to disregard or belittle the significance of the number 6. However, I thought, well, 6 must be 7. And if you've watched these presentations before, as I say, then I had, well, if it's 666, then it would mean that the actual thing is 777. What is Christianity's most sacred number? 777. The 3 7s. In fact, I just Googled it as well. The 3 7s, I haven't read why it is said that it is Christianity's most sacred number, 777. This is the 666 that we have been talked about, that you are the, all of those things. But numerology gives you the answer right there and then. To understand the significance of the messages, it's a numerical construct. The whole book is a numerical construct. Now, having said that, I think that the only number that was quoted as where it is said about 144,000 in Revelation as well, that was in the written symbol. And in that written symbol, I went into meditation about that. And according to Mother Eve, meaning the answers that I got through the gods, yes, it is really 144,000, as we know. So meaning that the symbol has also have been interpreted to really give the answer directly. Of course, 144 equals 9. And 9, as we know, when we do the numerical value for the word 9, it gives us 6. So here we have this 666 as well. We have been looking at these common factors with the 2 words, the crucifixion and the sacrifice. So the sacrifice has only 1 6. But what I felt was very exciting about all of this here, and I'm not going to go into all the correlations of the word beginning and crucifixion and sacrifice right now, but what I just really want to point out, because I have been doing presentations on the 8 lettings of Mother Eve, where Mother Eve says, let there be light, let there be a firmament, let there be let a division of the waters, and so on. But all the gods were being present, were being presented in the stream, the 8 entries of the contracts Mother Eve was giving. But the number 8, we need to also remember, that is what Mother Eve ate. So 8 in actual fact is 8. And that to really is a demarcation of a new cycle. So for instance, when Christianity or Christians look at 7, then we know that we are approaching, this is sacred, this is complete, this is where the 7 is where God rested on the 7th day and sanctified it or hallowed it and so on. So we have got a complete essence or frame of creation in that sense. And then I think there is a part where it says, and on the 8th day. So we hear about the 8th day and so on, whether it means, so there's a new cycle, we could say a cycling, a new cycle, because cycling is of 2 wheels as well, and it takes you somewhere. Oh, these are the gods really having fun right now. So it's a new cycle, that we could cycle with, or to take us into another cycle. So basically, like taking a new ride, if you like, to a new destination, a new era, a new place. And that's what it was with Christ. So my the excitement here for me now is the 3 sevens of obviously is 21, and 2 plus 1 is 3. And that's my excitement, because the number 3 is that which gives us, it is the magic number. It has been calling, it has been, well, there's more to the excitement, but you know, it's really so much more, because I have done the numerical value. I thought I'd just do some of these numerical values just to see if there's a connection, because the 666 is said like it's worded in 100 and 66. When you break down the numerical values for 100, 66, which I'm going to do this. There is a pattern. I got the pattern with the number 13 and 9. Now that also reminds me of 13 and 13. It could be 13 and 9 or 13 and 5. Which would be 9, which would also coincide with the 144 in Revelation, which is completion, birthing. This is the ultimate beginning, because 9 is beginning. And we are in this 9 stage. That's where we are at, because I did a presentation on the 144,000 as well. So why we have, and so there are 2 parts to this as well. So we are on this birthing, but we are also starting, because it's really, when you are beginning something, you also have the end with you. The end is also part. You have the whole. So basically, if you were traveling to a new country, you already have encapsulate the whole journey in your psyche, because whether it were you're going to be in a new house, you're going to be in a new community, all this is already taken place within you. And so that's when you acknowledge that you are now beginning a new cycle. The number 3 that we have counted from the 21, 2 plus 1, is really that thing that sets the number 9 in motion, meaning 3 is vibration. And I have done the numerical value for vibrations, which is free. I have done the numerical value for the word freedom, which is free. And I have done the numerical value for the word frequency, I think is also free. But that I will double check on frequency. Basically, we see the number 3 is not just the happy-go-lucky. It is really, really a vibrant number. It has 3 points to it as well. And it has the 2 curves, which is like the breast of a woman. Where are we? Hair. So it's like a woman's breast. It is happy to be nourishing you as it travels along the way. So basically, there is so much more, but what I saw and added, I saw the whole cycle. I saw the whole cycle, and it amuses me. It amuses me in the sense that we have been taking this thing so serious, this journey so serious, and yes, we ought to, but it's just funny. It's just funny. It's like you go on through this long journey, for instance, going abroad, and you like get to, and someone says, oh yeah, it's gonna be all this, and you've got to ensure you have your immunization, you've got to take your injections, make sure you pack all your stuff, and you really get this whole picture, and to the end you think, well, why did I have to bring all this stuff? And everything is here. Or it's just really funny. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this, and do look out for all these presentations that I am going to be putting in line of this, but it's around the sacrifice and so on.